Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dr. Ganatra, and in this video, I want to talk to you about having better, more engaging conversations with people. You know, the art of having a conversation is such a valuable skill, a lot of it which can be developed. It's really going to take you places with people, events, situations that it's really going to make a big difference in your life if you can have an engaging and meaningful conversation with other people. So I want to jump right into it. I feel like these 5 keys are some of the more important areas that we should focus on while having a conversation with someone. So let's just jump into it. The first thing is be very mindful of your energy and your mindset before you meet that person. Where are you on the spectrum of your emotions? Are you energized? Are you depressed? Are you happy? Are you curious? Are you feeling, lethargic for the day? Are you feeling like you want to get to know somebody else better? Are you feeling like you are eager to meet this person? How are you feeling for the day? How are you walking into that conversation? Where's your energy level? Are you buoyant? Are you upbeat? Are you light and carefree? Be mindful of that. And also, as you're mindful of that, realize that try to bring out the best of who you want to be into that conversation, right? Because we all want to bring our best version of ourselves when we're interacting with others, right? So as we start that conversation or we start that meeting in that manner, it's going to help carry it forward so much more effectively. The second thing is realize that as you are meeting someone and you're engaging in that conversation with them or you're about to, realize that you're stepping into their world. That's essentially what a conversation is. You're actually stepping into their world. You're bringing your world into their world, and you guys are engaging or having that back and forth. So be cognizant of the fact that you really should take some interest to enter that person's world, right? So many of us, sometimes with all the distractions that are going on, are walking around feeling a little lonely in our own space and in our own world, that when we have that ability and that option or that opportunity to engage with someone else, we want to make sure that we are fully making ourselves available to them. And the best way to do that is to realize that, hey, I'm jumping into this person's world, and what should I do while I'm in there? And that brings me to the third point, which is the best thing you can do is ask questions. I find that all too often, too many people miss this point, which is ask questions about that other person, about the person you're talking to, and then follow those questions up with a deeper level of questions. So if you may ask somebody, hey, how's your day going? Or how was your trip? They may tell you about their trip. Listen to remember, and then ask another layer of questions. Oh, did you end up going to that place you wanted to go to on the second day of your trip? Or you may want to ask them about their kids. And if you ask them about their kids, when they tell you something, listen to remember, and then ask another question about what they're saying. Asking questions is probably the most valuable skill set that you can develop. And I say develop because it's something that you cognitively have to be aware of, something that's really introspective, that you have to say to yourself, hey, something? I'm going to ask this person questions about their life, about where they're going, about what they're doing, about who they met, about what's going on. When you ask people questions about who they are and what they're doing and how they're doing it, you are inviting them to open up. You're inviting them to engage with you. And more often than not, most people really, if they're comfortable with you, enjoy talking about themselves, right? I'm not saying that from a selfish standpoint, but people want the platform or the avenue or that comfortability to be able to open themselves up to talk about themselves. You have to give that person that opportunity to say, hey, you know what? I'm here for you. I'm here to listen and remember, and I'm here to help you talk about what's going on in your life, what's going on in your world. Ask questions. I find that when we meet people, too often, the other person may just be going on about what's going on with them, and they may not even ask you a question at all, or they may not even get an interest or show any interest in what's happening in your life. So if we all took this kind of framework in mind and said, hey, I'm going into their world with this type of energy, this type of buoyancy, this type of excitement, and I'm going to be asking them questions about them, then guess what? You are going to be opening them up for them to actually feel comfortable with you, for them to connect with you. And when you ask questions about another person, you will leave that person feeling like they're understood. Okay? And everybody has a need to feel understood. More so than them to understand you, they have an internal need to feel understood. And the best way that people will feel that from you is if you go ahead and you dive in and you ask some questions about their life, about what they're doing. Ask secondary and tertiary questions about, hey, what's going on here? And act like you are sincerely interested. Don't just act like it, but really have that sincere interest in that person. You will find that when you ask those questions that are second level questions that are really going in and that you really care, it's not only going to work for them to bring them out, but you will find a deeper meaning, a greater sense of satisfaction, and a connection with that person because you're going to get to know who that person is, right? And then fourth, that brings me to the fourth point, which is be encouraging. You know, all too often in our life, what we need the most is encouragement. We need encouragement from people. We sometimes don't even get that encouragement from the people closest to us. But if you can be that friend, that brother, that sister, that mother, that father, whoever, that's encouraging to that person you're talking to, you're going to change their world. Why? Because encouragement lives beyond your meeting, okay? After you meet with someone, after you interact with them, that encouragement that you give them, that inspiration through that excitement and that energy, that encouragement lives beyond your meeting. It lifts that person to a state of feeling buoyant and happy and free, and you want to leave that person with a sense of encouragement about what they're doing, where they're going, their plans, their wishes, their dreams. Be encouraging, and sometimes all that means is saying, wow, you're just so amazing at planning this out, or you're so incredible at the way you deal with this. Oh wow, I never thought of it in that perspective, but you're really good at this. Encourage the essence of who they are. You'll find that when you give people encouragement, they don't often get that from many places. And if they get it from you, they're going to feel so open, so connected to you, and it's going to make, once again, your conversations that much richer, and more so importantly, your connection with them that much richer. And that brings me to the fifth thing, which is as you leave or as you meet them again, reference what you last spoke about. Right? So after you leave and you see them again, maybe in a few weeks or in a few months, whatever it is, because you were listening to remember, reference what you last spoke about with them. It's going to make them feel instantly connected to you. It's going to make them feel like, wow, this person really remembered that little thing we actually spoke about last time. All too often, with the stream of distractions that we have today, most people don't give other people that sense of remembrance, that sense of encouragement, and that sense of presence, okay? If you do all five of these things, you will establish what we call with that person, that engaging, present, authentic conversation. So I hope these 5 things help you. Just to review really quickly, be mindful of your energy, be mindful of where you are on that emotional spectrum before walking into a conversation. Second, you know that going into a conversation, you are stepping into their world. You're taking your world, stepping into their world. Be sincerely interested in what's going on in their world by asking questions. Number 3, and ask secondary and third level questions that dive a little bit deeper, that enable that person to talk about their story, their journey, or who they are, and bring that out in them. And then 4th, be encouraging. Be encouraging of who they are, their essence of where they want to go, their dreams, their ambitions, all that stuff. And 5th, as you meet them again, reference what you last spoke about. I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I love that you're watching this. And let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about. I would love to share another video with you as well. So thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Live inspired. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.